the kitchen table by the pepper and the salt, you can begin your adventure where the warm waters halt. No harsh sun, no rain that pours. Do your forest fend, search indoors. It's safer and it goes much faster. It's more fun than playing canasta if you're wise and you find the blaze. You can play it several times in just one day. Chase up, believe. The thrill of the chase. Take your journey without ever leaving your place. It's fun for the young. It's fun for the old. Get your title to the gold. When your real search for the treasure needs a break, play Chaseopoly. The thrill of the chase. Chaseopoly, the thrill of the chase.
Okay, everybody. It's been a while since we played that one. We went live a little bit early, so I thought I'd play it, give people time to get in here. So today is Thursday, May 22nd. And no, I'm not just making slot machine videos, although I will go make one when we're done. But we still do our thing. K-Pro, I think I'm gonna call the show this for K-Pro.
Whoa, you're angry.
You know, for those of you that watch Daniel Negreanu in his World Series of Poker vlogs, he has this thing called Chainsaw. So I'll call this one, What's Wrong Today, K-Pro? So what's going on?
Well, yeah, some people were wondering. You know, it's always nice when you're traveling and you're like, I wonder what my husband's doing today. Oh, I just got a notification and he talks about doing this $3,000 challenge and he's at the casinos moving and shaking and drinking and just having this great time. He might have been drinking Diet Coke, but that doesn't matter. And then, you know, the best part of that slot video is you said, here's my rules and I just have to adhere to my rules and I'll win. And then you wrote the rules the first one. Then you did the second one and you're like, yeah, I'm good. No, I can't do that. So anyway, I am not angry. I don't treat treasure hunt originators, including yourself and myself, as gods. When we see something that might not be ideal, I talk to the people. And I was in Discord and I haven't been in there in a while. In case you don't know, I'm in a different place, guys. I am in Montana. And so I got settled. That's why I didn't do a Monday show. And Mike started doing slots. I didn't even know about it. And yeah, he's living in the moment.
I'm going to be making all kinds of videos now that K-Pro's not here. Can't delete them either.
And I hope so. Well, I did that for you. I will let you swing next time. That's fine. So,
yeah, we did go early. And for anybody who's a longtime viewer of the vlog, you can see that I have time traveled back to my old apartment right there. All right. So, yeah, K-Pro's got updates, but no PowerPoint. Yeah, I'm going to make some slot videos, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. Oh, well, check it out. You see the font, K-Pro? Somehow I tried to make my computer run faster and I deleted something. So I'll be playing around that this weekend.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but cool.
The font's horrible, and thumbnails no longer show a picture. I don't know. I did screw something up. So anyway.
Okay.
So Lukeville, huh? I didn't even know Lukeville was on the map, but I guess we'll talk about that, huh?
So those of you that don't know, let me give you a few things that are going to be happening. We're going to try to go live every Monday and Thursday night, 6 p.m. I'll tell you 7 p.m. my time for the next month or two. And
month or two? What the? All right.
Yeah, I'm going to be here for a while. If anybody is around, Dylan, at around 7 o'clock this Saturday, I will be at Cranny's. Some people are in town. We're going to meet up. And yeah, they didn't even care about the title. They cared that you had a typo, which I think is hilarious. Okay.
Luby, how's it going? Shut your mouth, Jeff Green. I fixed it. I fixed it before we went live. So refresh. All right.
Okay. So we have two significant updates. We have two major hunts. We have a third one, but that's like Voldemort. That's the one that will not be named. We have two significant hunts in the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park, meaning like 7-figure and above. And both of them had significant updates. And I'm going to give full credit on the first one to Treasure Hunt with Us. Emma and Jam, they are jamming along. They are, see what I did there? They got an awesome interview with JCB. My head exploded. I fell on the floor. I have something to say about it. Respectfully, I will just say, what in the are you doing? But I'm going to say it respectfully. So we need to talk about that. But there's also in that interview, there's some really, really good tidbits of information. So you got to watch it. But we've got to talk about
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Talking about their interview, right? Yeah. Treasure Hunt with Us. There they are. They did an awesome interview with Mr. John Collins Black. Go check out that interview on their channel. Go subscribe. Good times. And Lou B says, let me know when to come on, Emma. So there you go. They're going to have Lou B on at some point. So there you go.
Okay. And then we have a significant update on this little tiny treasure hunt called Beyond the Map's Edge. There's like 3 updates. We talked to you guys last time about the $100 contest.
Ooh, look at that.
All of you believed almost in pure majority that there's no way it was an accident. Well, Justin has cleaned some of that up. We did have an issue with the errata page. We talked about it in Discord. Justin's in our Discord now, and he's responding during the voice chat. So you may just need to sit in there 14 hours a day, because though lots of us, including Justin, were frustrated about going to all these social medias, that is the reality that we're in. I've had some private communication and private Discord and other groups, Facebook, Insta, Threads, TikTok, X, you name it. They've sent me some stuff. We're going to talk about it because it's not information you can find. So we're going to spend most of our time scouring hundreds of social medias and responses. I didn't know how to get someone. There was a response to a tweet, but I didn't know how to get to the original person. I did that. There's new errata pages, but we have the audio book controversy heard around the world. I'm going to weigh into that.
I don't even know what it is. Me and K-Pro have not talked for a while. And I realized the Discord link in the description is not working. So
let's be clear. Yeah. We have talked in a while, just not about treasure hunting.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I meant.
So Mike's
and everybody should really be in our Discord, right?
Yes. And I won't say like Mike's taking a break, but I am like so entrenched in it because I'm here. Like I was able to go out and do some stuff. Like I'm 5 miles from it now. So then there is,
or are you? It might be in Alaska. All right, go ahead.
Sure. And I don't care to argue with anyone. If you want to go to Alaska, Mike, you go for it. And then there is a bookstore signing on the 21st. Tons of you have had questions. I have a few little updates. I was able to meet with the bookstore, get a few answers. And then also Em and I have been talking because we're kind of the outgoing type. So we have decided a couple of things, and I have some developments there. So we have so much. It's buckle up, get your drink. I'm going to tell you, and Mike can't see, this ain't water tonight, guys. So Mike, buckle up, Buttercup.
Oh, you're angry.
All right. So breaking news.
That makes me angry by doing that, and I'm going to go red button. So don't do that.
Where's Copper Dan when you need him? So I updated the description of this video. The Discord link works now. So if you're like, what's Justin posting in Discord? Well, then you can join our Discord and find out yourself. Okay. But first, as we always do, a little segment I like to call Let's Check the Bitcoin Wallet, because Bitcoin is going through the roof.
Okay. So he does that. Guys, this Saturday, and I will post it up on our Discord as well. This Saturday at Cranny's, 7 o'clock. I will be there. Maybe D-Pro will be there. And look, you guys, look who I brought. And he's having so much fun with the horses. Look,
Lucky dog.
Oh.
Lucky's like,
he
what
went straight up to this huge horse and just licked its nose. I'm like, what are you doing? That thing could just smash you. But the horse is here. I'm on a horse property. They breed and stud and do all the stuff with horses. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Beyond the Map's Edge, Bitcoin. You go to frequently asked questions. You go to the treasure. You go to, I heard there's a bit. Do you see how the font looks? This is horrible. I got to fix this. All right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And then you go to view the public address, and the Bitcoin wallet in Beyond the Map's Edge is at $10,832. I guess we got to wait another couple months till he adds more because he said quarterly. I think he gets the payouts from the books. But anyway, $10,832, and this
And
has
if
been
you link on
in the Bitcoin wallet.
if you looked at who contributed that 10,000, yeah, he has about 50 million sitting in just Bitcoin. So, wow, he's wealthy.
Number
I knew he
changes
was wealthy, but I didn't know at that level. What?
Medina says, you feel that since the book signing is in Dillon, that is admission that the treasure is within 50 miles of Dillon.
Sure.
I don't. No,
I don't, but so here's what I heard, and we'll talk about this during the bookstore. He was going to do one in Dillon and one in Austin. The Austin people won't even return his calls. Well, he told someone on Facebook when someone asked him about it, they sent him a message back and said, they won't even return my calls down in Austin. If you can get me a connection, I'd love to do one there. So I know some people are thinking, is that treasure hunt related? It does. If you don't have that information, you might not know all of that. So yeah. No, he has a house in Polaris. That's true. And other places, all this area, but we're not going to talk about that. So, yeah.
Yeah, houses are off limits, right? Aren't they?
Well, and that's a dilemma because I was actually trying to search within a mile of his home, but I did not know, or his grandfather's home. I didn't know it was until someone told me, why are you searching there? That's within a mile of his home. And I'm like, how was I supposed to know that? So those of you that do know that, I don't know. It's such a dilemma. So what does he do? Like post everywhere that him and his family and friends live? Of course not. But then I was stupid because I haven't overstepped. So I didn't know. I was searching with it. Anyway, let's get to the controversial. And I'm going to make you comment, Michael, if that's your real name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to, hopefully it's okay. Treasure hunt with us. I would like to play a minute of your video. So, Mike, can you please bring up the John Collins Black video that was taken in the last week that's on the Treasure Hunt with Us channel?
I think we're doing it anyway, but yeah, okay, hang on.
Yeah, and if you don't want me to, yeah, she said yes. Emma and I are like soul sisters. We're fine. We speak the same language. And Jam, I'm not attending the book signing without you being there. Okay, so here we go. The first thing, and you're going to have to watch the videos, those of you that believe that the 4 smaller boxes have hints in the first section. John has said no. Emma and Jam were so smart, they followed up again to make sure. Let's just clarify. And John said, some people might find some things they think, but that's not my intent. The chapters are standalone. So there's no controversy anymore. John's opinion matters more than Mike's or anyone else's because it's his hunt. John knows. JCB's clarified. Emma and Jam knocked it out of the park again. If you don't subscribe to them, you're not allowed to be here. You're not allowed to treasure hunt anymore. You're disqualified. So go subscribe to them. But that's the first part, and you're going to have to watch the video for that. Okay?
That's a link to the video right there in the chat. So you want me to go to the video and show what part?
Yeah, and make sure that we can actually hear them. Like we cannot right now.
Yeah, I always forget to do it that way. It's not my fault. It's Google's fault. All right, what minute mark?
It's 7:05, and hit pause. I would like to, a cup of juice, kind of.
7:05, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to tee this up. Emma says it so sweetly. I've seen her play poker, so she's nice, but she's like, she'll destroy you. She was like, okay, I just want to see, are you kind of the maverick rule breaker, or are you like, we should stay out of national parks? It was such a good question, but then they followed up twice to it because our heads exploded. I fell over, passed out. An hour later, I got up. I can't believe it. I want you guys to hear it first. So we're going to play this from 7:05 to about 9:30. And yeah, some people may legally argue with where he put it in like a national park, but he thinks the parks are, hold on, Mike. He thinks the parks are for the public, kind of like Forrest Fenn. So if you become Jack and you have lawsuits and people, and you have the treasure taken away and you have charges brought up on you, oh, well. So before I get too carried away, let's hear it yourself. And then I would like you to weigh in, Mike, with your like strongest voice. Like, don't be nice. Like,
I'll be the voice of reason. Don't worry. All right, here we go.
Right. Well, we were just talking about the Buffalo National River, and you're a self-proclaimed rule breaker. We love that about you. It's kind of that Goonie mentality, right?
Yeah.
So when you were navigating hiding the boxes, like when you came across things like national parks, were you the kind of risk taker who's like, they're not going to know I stuck it here, or were you like, I'm going to follow the rules?
Yeah. So are you saying that there's rules that you're not supposed to hide treasure in
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've actually talked to multiple national parks.
Yeah, this is strictest in the whole entire United States.
Whole
You
US.
cannot hide a treasure there, according to them.
Yeah.
What's it called? Now, there's plenty other places you're allowed. Obviously you hit it on public property, but
Yeah,
NPS is
national
like, no.
forests.
I would not rule out national forest or national parks. I wouldn't like.
You are such a rule breaker.
I mean,
You are.
look, I guess in a way that I am, but it's not intentional. It's
Right.
more like I created this, and you've probably heard me say this before, but I've created this because I wanted an analog adventure in a digital world. I wanted something to harken back to, how treasure would have been hidden 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago. So there's a lot of rules and regulations and bylaws and things and so on and so forth. And I'm sure if you go to every park ranger in the country and ask them, these questions, they're going to give you a answer that they've been trained to give, that, and that's probably a true answer. But I didn't really take those things into consideration because, what I did take into consideration was I didn't want to disrupt any, of the environment. I didn't want to disrupt anything in nature. That's why I said, don't go out trying to dig up stuff, because you can get in trouble by going into the national park or forest and digging up stuff. You don't need to do that. So I want to be people should be sensible, but at the end of the day, I wanted this to be, I wanted it to feel real. And for me, it needed to be able to have as few, stipulations as possible. Obviously, private land, that's a stipulation, no need. I mean, there's no need to do that. But public land to me is for the public, and maybe people would argue with me legally about that, but I didn't take that into consideration. That doesn't mean that they're in or anything is in a national park or national forest, but I just did not take that into consideration.
Yeah, great. That's a great answer.
Is that okay, bro? Keep going.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. He didn't take it into consideration. That's all. Give the guy a break.
Don't dig. Public land is for the public. People can legally argue with me on this, but don't take it into account and embrace the experience. Just don't dig. But criminal charges, civil charges, ownership of the actual box, not turning it in, superintendent lawsuits.
Well, that answer is much like Forrest Fenn.
Yes.
I'm going to hide it where I want to hide it. And as far as Forrest Fenn was concerned, whoever found it owned it. Now, that brings me into Justin Posey's hunt with I didn't hide a treasure. I intentionally abandoned property. Is there a difference? I don't know, because I haven't researched it myself. But I wonder if there's a legal way to do it. And I wonder if Justin has done it.
Response.
I wonder if JCB possibly could have done it.
Look at the long response by Blake and read it.
Okay. If he wanted people to avoid breaking park rules, he would have been way more careful in his response. My interpretation is it's a call to adventure and F the rules. Yeah, that's kind of what he's saying. Now, see, it's funny when he says, I didn't really take that in consideration, but he says, don't dig. He knows you can't dig. He knows that rule, right? So I think he just doesn't want to rule it out, much like Justin doesn't want to rule it out in his hunt. Because if the point is to get us out to explore, well, then a national park is a great place to go to.
Well, why not say Indian land then? And private property, you can still explore on Disneyland.
Well,
you could be at Disneyland.
But he said it's not on private property. He made that clear. So Indian land, what he said is, I consider national parks that the public owns them. He considers them to be public.
Now, here's my question. Is he going to pay the finder's lawyer's fee? Like, let's say he did put it in a national park.
Right.
Like, once Forrest passed away, the family said, screw you, Jack. I mean, Forrest had been paying Jack's legal fees up to that point. After Forrest died, they didn't want a penny to go to, the hunt they hated. Do you think if there is like Forrest always says, what if there is no legal question? I'm just thinking of that for John. Do you think if the finder got into some hot water that John would help with that? Or is John basically saying, you got to act illegally, like that's on you, kind of like Forrest told Jack to do?
I mean, if Jack would have turned it in like he was supposed to, wouldn't he have got the treasure in the end? Then there wasn't a legal question, right? If
He would have to turn it over for 30 days. They would have tried to find the finder. What I think would have happened, from what I understand, because of the Supra Act, they would have kept a portion of it, the funds, because of all the damage that searchers had done. So they probably would have kept it.
Yeah, I don't know. From that answer, he won't rule it out. Justin won't rule it out. Does that mean it's in a national park or not in a national park? I don't know. I would like to say no, that they're smarter, that they don't want people to get into legal issues, but I can't say it.
Do you think it's an ideal answer, Mike?
Yeah, it's not an ideal answer to not answer the question, right? Or do you find it? And we'll see, but he says he's going to, I was going to say, you find it and don't tell anybody, but he said he's going to come out with a solution, which means the location. So I would have to think maybe it's not in a national park then. I mean, how do you, if somebody does find one of JCB's boxes and it's in a national park and they do the whole, hey, I found it, and JCB and them go, you know, on the website, here it was, would the national park do something about it? Would somebody be like, hey, you found it in our national park?
Well, let's just go by, I don't know, but let's just go by literally the hunt that we met on. Literally Yellowstone, literally filed an injunction stopping Jack from even being able to say, because of a negotiated set of charges against both Forrest and Jack, just by what we already know.
Well, then I would say, no, it's not in the national park for both treasure hunts. They just don't want to rule it out because, one, Justin said it narrows it down, and JCB just doesn't want to rule it out because he doesn't want to rule it out. Does anybody, I mean, the leading theories on JCB's boxes, none of them are in a national park at this point, are they? The park in Lake Tahoe is not a national park, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's actually a bi-state park. Well, I should say it's a bi-state park, but it would be illegal to put, there are certain types of land that it's illegal to put it on. Some state parks, national parks, you're able to on BLM land and national, so national parks are illegal as much as state parks. Van Sickle is a state park. I ruled it out because of the legalities, but I think
Tahoe is a national forest, Blake B says.
What?
Come on, Dr. Krypton, you know which box is in Tahoe. He said Tahoe is a national forest, Lake Tahoe. I don't know.
There is a national forest up there, but there is not the one that, there is lots of land. There's private land in Tahoe. There's national forest. There's state park. There's bi-state park, etc.
Tyler says, I've researched this for my own hunt. Most parks are private, but open to the public, So I would think they are not in a national park. They just both don't want to say that.
Well, and I wonder, thinking of Supra, if someone damages something, I wonder, because they wanted to hold Forrest financially accountable for the damage that searchers had done, because basically Forrest didn't say act legally. Maybe John doesn't care because he's such a multimillionaire, so his lawyers will take care of it. But if you found it now, let's say you found it in a national park, would you even tell John now? Because you'd be
Probably.
in the middle. You'd be Jack now. You'd be.
I'd tell him, but I'd be anonymous. I could tell him in an anonymous way. I can create a generic email and just say, "Hey, here's proof. I found your treasure, and this you're never going to know who I am." But maybe this is John's answer.
You just throw some money at it and say, "Go away."
I mean, you throw money at it and say, "Go away." I don't know.
Yeah, and Mr. Dallas is saying a lot of people still have stalls in national parks. Yes, but when you have someone that says, okay, let me give an example. It is not in an Indian reservation. Some people still had an Indian reservation. I put it on them once it's ruled out. When Justin says, do not break laws, it's on us if we break the law. When John says, you can break the law, I don't really consider that because I don't care about the laws. I feel public land is for the public. Forrest went through it. Forrest had legal action. Forrest had to get lawyers with that mentality. The problem is, I think John is imposing a partner in crime, literally, with the finder. He is saying that the finder may have to act illegally along with him. Forrest said that.
Yeah. So they won't rule it out. I don't think one's in a national park, though. Does that rule out Lake Tahoe?
That, to me, I don't care about that point at all. To me, I was more talking about the holistic issue of, do we need to break the law? What does that mean?
Yeah, that they won't answer the question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So that's all. And great interview. You guys should see the whole thing. I am trying to put together a body language. You guys will see John looks straight up to the moon on a couple of his questions. And I think there's a reason for that. What should we do a poll? The treasure pack says do a poll on what?
If it's in a national park or not, is that the poll?
Do you have to act illegally is what I was thinking. So I don't know. Okay, so let's move on to this little hunt called Beyond the Map's Edge.
Okay.
Okay, so last we left you on actual treasure hunt talk, not slot talk, was...
Oh, I'll show the slot video in a minute, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll sign off then. So there was a $100 contest. Lisa sent Justin 10,000 emails. She finally figured it out, and it was in Colorado. It was over. And then I thought it was really weird that Justin said, well, no, it's actually a guy named Cooper, put his account out there and said, and also email me if you want to continue on and guess where it was. I always thought that was weird. Well, we found out later, because there was a private message to Sturmworm, that it's actually in Wyoming. Some of you said, we did a poll last time we talked about this, that there's no way that Justin forgot or was confused. There was obviously a hint, etc. Well, Justin did, and we did a poll and all of that, and we were all confused and nobody kind of knew what was going on. It was just an odd situation. Well, after long discussion in Discord, and now that we know that Justin's in there, he listens to the Discord and he updates things accordingly. He kind of self-adjusts. He has come clean. It was just a mistake. I don't know if he forgot or what happened. It was a mistake that
he forgot.
He forgot. Take it or leave. I don't know what to say about it. He forgot, and it was actually in Wyoming.
What was in Wyoming? You lost me. What was it?
So there's a picture in Beyond the Map's Edge.
The whole. I gotcha. I understand.
So it wasn't in Colorado. Lisa was sent the $100, so there's no damages to Lisa except for me. Well, never mind. I won't be snarky. So she got the 100. She got a little note with it. She's great. This kind of phantom account that, I had some back and forth with. Some people think it's Justin's account, and it could be. He has a lot of social media accounts, I think. So anyway, it was a mistake. He accidentally awarded Lisa, sent it to Lisa, and he forgot that the picture was actually in Wyoming. Now, some people said the picture actually is in Colorado and overlooks the mountains. It doesn't. I don't know what to say.
Just made a mistake, honey. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what to say either on that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one away. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, she did get the money. She got a note. She's whole, but do a poll on what? Mr. Dallas, you keep saying do a poll. We need more information. What do you want a poll done on? What should the question be, etc. Okay, so that I don't know. Okay, so the next one, there was a private message or a private group somewhere, and Justin has said, we went over this last time, there's been tons of discussion about it, is Justin will not rule out national parks. And now a lot of people are trying to dig into and understand, because that message did have some detail that the rest of us didn't know. So we're really excited about it. We do have to search down all this stuff, though, which is really a bummer. I was hoping that it would be on a website like we were all told, but it wasn't. So he won't rule out national parks. Do you think they're in, Mike? Do you think you just have to be a veteran or go on one of the days that it's free to everybody? What do you think?
I guess, yeah, because, well, look at it this way. When he did our interview, which everybody should go watch too, he said, as of today, it's free to get in. Was that a day when it was free to get in a national park?
No.
So, then I don't think
look that up.
Park. Yeah, then I don't think it's in a national park. He just doesn't want to rule it out. That's all.
Okay. So then it even gets more strange because I have this on my list from last night and then it was updated today. So because I think he's in our discussion. So can you go to the errata page?
It's different. Looks a little different.
Yeah, he changed. Well, not only did he change it once, he has now changed it based on last night's conversation. Because the person that is called out, which the people that are getting called out are really not comfortable with it, but So if you do send an email and you don't want your name put out, you should send from like a Phantom email, because people, you do get called out. You may even have your social media linked. And I know a lot of people are comfortable. I think Justin's trying to thank people, but
Spencer,
people,
Tawny, Brandy, at least he's only using their first name, not the full name. So that's
but he's linking to some of their, like Cooper is his last name. He links to their actual social medias. Anyway, go down to second print. We now have a second printing.
See how this font got messed up on my computer. All right, second printing. The printing company erroneously released the second printing before it was approved. Does that mean all these have been corrected in the second printing? I wonder.
Say that again.
The printing company erroneously released the second printing before it was approved. A small number of copies were shipped with this error before it was corrected.
Okay, that's
all
different
this
than yesterday.
All this is in there. Jeez.
I think that's the paragraph that was in there. And so Tawny, I think, had sent him several corrections, because you can see Tawny's on a couple of them. And Tawny's like, I just sent him like, hey, this is factually incorrect. She was a little confused about how we put it up the first time, but this is different than it was before, and there's no updated date. So a lot of people are starting to screen capture by the day, because a lot of things are getting corrected or changed after the fact, like weeks later, days later, months later.
This says yesterday, so that could have been last night, possibly late last night. But
yeah.
Okay. So wait, is this like an English major thing? Everything in red they're saying should have been changed to what's in green?
So from what I understand, but what I understand is this plumber guy didn't even live in the right decade or century, as these the changes would make it so it's not completely made up information.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get it, but all right. I would have to look in the book and see, and compare it, but that's okay. All right. Well, at least he is trying to make the correction, though. It's better than ignoring it. Somebody points something out to him and he ignores it, right? Just say yes.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. And the ebooks are still wrong. I thought the ebooks would update, but I guess they don't.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about that audio book. Is it out, right?
Oh, wait.
What?
Hold on.
So are sales from all three of these going to the Bitcoin wallet? That's what I want to know.
Well, and some people are talking about the audiobook being so expensive, because usually they aren't. Maybe that's how he's getting more into the Bitcoin wallet. I mean, his wallet too, I don't think he cares as much. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we can jump to that, because you're obviously driving this ship. Go ahead.
Would you have more on the errata page?
No.
$39.99 for the hardback, and $19.99. So is an audio book usually more expensive than an ebook? I don't know the answer to that. I'm not really into audiobooks.
I always thought the ebooks and audiobooks were like $5.99 each, but I don't know.
I don't know. So $20, $30, and what was the hardcover? 30, $40. So 20, 30, 40. Those are the price points, right? 20. Yeah. 20. Oh, 25. I'm sorry. I don't want to get it wrong. 20 for the ebook, 25 for the audiobook, and 40 for the hardback. I don't think that's horrible. I mean, I don't.
No. And now for me, and this is just me.
For a living. Go ahead.
There's two things. I don't mind that there's 6 books to buy. You and I can afford it. I know a lot of people, especially after meeting so many searchers, it is a big deal when you do a additional 20, an additional 40, an additional 20, an additional. It's challenging. If they know it up front, it's less challenging. And we're just talking about ideal situations. He's not asking for $1,000 or whatever, but do you need all 3 books? Here's a question I have for you, Mike. Mm-hmm. Do you believe we have enough of the puzzle that the treasure can be found?
Yeah, because you know what I'm going to tell you. The Forrest Fenn answer is all you need is the poem, and the poem will lead you right to it if you can figure out what the poem means. So what Justin told us,
we know Forrest flat out lied. He told us he lied. He acted illegally. He gave people hints. He did all these things. So you keep referencing the worst situation. Even Justin said how bad Forrest was. So you're saying because Forrest said it, and we know Jack didn't do it that way, that's your premise of your logic?
I can't judge Justin's poem because I don't know the solution yet. So when the solution comes out, I might be like, well, that poem was awesome. Of course, it means exactly that. Or it may be like a Forrest Fenn poem. I can't say because we don't know the answer.
So you can make no weight on the situation of the treasure hunt until the solution's there. Is that why you've kind of stopped working on it? Because you've kind of given up because of this shit show, or no?
Oh, no, it has not. I like how Justin's put together his treasure hunt. He's done a great job. It's what I said way back was he might have created the model for future treasure hunts. We won't know until it's over, because then we'll know if it was a good solution, bad solution, where it was, etc.
So going back a little, so now there's an audiobook, which I think it's great that there's an audiobook, because I wish I would have had it when I was driving up here, because people can listen to it. But there is an entirely new chapter. There's several new songs. The table of contents is different, and several of the chapters are different. They have different words in them than the book does. Now, some of them are more describing some of the pictures and those sorts of things. Some of them are typo changes. Some of them are content changes. That's all I'm going to say. I cannot talk. My mom always said that to me, Tim K. I cannot talk without my hands. So we now have an audiobook that has an entirely new chapter. And if you guys are following along, it's about shrimp, even though it's vomiting shrimp. It's about food. I have a whole theory about that. So he has already said in the hard copy book, there are subtle differences than the ebook. And then, you know, that's basically, those are hints. The audiobook now has an entirely new chapter and several new music pieces and changes from both of these other books. I have two questions for you. Mike put up a poll as we talk about this. Do you believe there are any new hints in the audiobook? Yes, no, or undecided? Chad Bird is here.
So I have not listened to the audiobook. What is the new chapter about? Do we know?
I just said about 30 seconds ago, it is about shrimp. It is about his caretaker being from Mexico, Spanish, the woman that took care of him when his parents were working, and shrimp. And
so you said you want the poll to say, do you believe the audiobook has new hints? Yes or no?
New hints, yes.
Okay. We did get a super chat from our friend Chad Bird. Undecided, not going to buy it. So I was just thinking.
Yes, no, and you didn't do undecided.
No, I didn't do no. Chad Bird said undecided. I'm not going to buy it. I didn't.
Okay, listen to me next time. I wanted yes or no or undecided, but that's okay.
I can change it. I can redo it.
Nah, that's all right. That's
so if you look at Beyond the Map's Edge and you say, I want to buy all three because I want to find the treasure. I want the hardcover, the ebook, and the audiobook. What's the total for all three, K-Pro? Do you know?
I don't know, $60, $70.
$75.
Okay.
So that's the question. Is that unreasonable to charge $75? I don't think so. It's $1 million.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If I said to you, hey, Mike, give me $100 for this treasure hunt, and I give you the book. And then I say, okay, I got a second book and you need this one.
Right.
Or this one has hints. Give me another 100. And you give me another 100 and I say, oh, 2 weeks
later. You just hit the nail on the head. Do you need it? That's the question. Do you need it? Yeah. Is everything you need in, because do you have to watch the Netflix doc? You got to pay for that from a subscription of some kind. That's the real question. And that's what we'll know when the solution comes out, is all you needed was the hardback book. This extra stuff that he added, was it needed? Was it necessary?
Okay. And I'm going to say it
need once upon a while or too far to walk, you know.
I'm going to say it as bluntly as I can. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Don't tell me that there's 2 books, but you only need 1, but there are clues in both of them. As a treasure hunter, you want everything. The whole reason you make 2 books. Why did Justin put a new chapter in book 3? He could have put that new chapter on his website. He wants to sell more things. And that's okay. But the people that went in thinking there was just 1 book, I'm not saying it's criminal. I'm just saying it's not ideal. Can you at least give me that?
I was wrong. All 3 will cost you $85 on his website.
You didn't listen at all. So chat, let's talk with you because I have somebody that maybe will listen to me in chat.
Treasure Tomes with the $10 super chat. I voted yes, but I haven't listened to the book yet. So they voted yes, there's a hint, but they haven't listened to it yet.
Okay, so here is I tagged Justin because I know he does respond to some and not others. Like Forrest, we know that this is our situation. And I tagged him on Discord, hoping to get him to respond to everyone. And the question I had was, I don't care as much about $20 or $40 as my time. it is going to take a tremendous amount of time to compare the book versus the ebook versus the audiobook. Because there's probably some people that can do it technologically. I'm not one of those people. I would probably listen to it and spend probably, I don't know, it's about a 7-hour book, 100 hours. And that's 100 hours of my time. I could be doing something else. So I just said, can you tell us, is there any meaning to this, these differences? Or if the subtle differences aren't a big deal, so we don't put all that analysis in. Do you think that's a fair question to ask, Mike, with a person that has said no red herrings?
Yeah, it's a fair question to ask.
Okay.
Maybe Justin should clarify. Can you find, well, see, I know what his answer is going to be. All right, hang on. Chad Bird with the super chat. Not unreasonable, but I definitely think you need Netflix, the book with the pictures. The book with the pictures.
Yeah, the audiobook does not have pictures.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
so Ben Solo just took my thunder. He would not respond there, but he did respond privately to somebody and then publicly to someone else. So it's a day later and the kitty cat's out of the bag now. Some people had it sooner. And the person that got it privately, they're like, you can share it. And we didn't want to go on Breaking News Live. So I'm sorry for anybody that worked on this overnight and wasted your time. Now, if you go on Twitter, not his website, but go on Twitter, and I think it's a response to someone because I couldn't find it. Mike, I sent it to you via email. He has now clarified, guys. Oh, close the poll so nobody changes their mind. You guys were basically 50-50, and now 50% of us were wrong. Let's see what his wording is, though, because this could be like the Lisa and Cooper guy situation. There could still be. Someone said to me, how he worded it doesn't mean there's no hints. It's just that you don't need it, which you don't need any of the 3 books. I mean, we can talk Justin and, That's
what I was going to say. He's going to say the clues are in the poem. All you need is the poem. And it's true. Exactly. But how? But he said in Netflix, you've got to figure out the person. You got to figure out the creator. Or he says it in the introduction, I think, to the Beyond the Map's Edge book. And the way you figure out the creator is by this book that he put out.
So can you do me a favor and do what I ask and bring up the tweet?
Sure, honey.
Thank you.
There you go. This doesn't say there's no hints, does it?
That is the debate now. So Justin now has muddied the waters more because some people said this means there's no hints. He clarified. They're even saying it in chat. Mike is saying this doesn't mean that. Read it, Mike. So for those of people that need the audio version, and we won't even charge you extra.
Well, I don't know what he's responding to. If he's responding to somebody who said, now I got to buy another one for hints, and he says, I get it, seriously, no obligation to purchase this, then I would say, okay, he's saying no hints.
Yeah, that's what he said. And gosh, I wish it was on One Place website. Twitter, he told me not to worry about.
I released the audiobook for those that prefer listening than reading, especially people with visual disabilities. There were a lot of questions about Lukeville on the map. So this is also my effort to help clarify. What is the Lukeville on the map thing?
So take this down for a second. So if you recall, Justin said, the reason that I'm adding this chapter is I'm getting so many questions about Alaska. No, he was getting questions about Lukeville, Arizona, because I'm sure, Mike, you have seen thousands of questions about that. Not Montana, not Arizona, at Lukeville, that is the reason that he decided to add in that chapter because of the multitude of questions that he had gotten. It didn't even hit most of our radars.
Yeah, I didn't know about Lukeville.
Yeah, so maybe that's a hint. Maybe that's why we're supposed to be looking at it because it doesn't seem. I actually responded to him at the time and said, "Oh, you're ruling out Alaska?" Then he's like, "No, not Alaska," and I'm not ruling out Alaska. But I thought for sure, and he doesn't even have any stories about some other. Oregon was a big one. I don't know.
$85. I was wrong. If you want all 3, it's 85 bones. I don't know. I don't know what to make all of it other than to figure out the poem. We probably need his book, I would think. I would hope you don't need the ebook. You don't need the audiobook. This book, the book that came out first, to figure out the poem, to figure out what the clues mean. So there you go.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you remember when Toby did the video that just pissed Forrest off? And maybe this would upset others. If Justin passed away the day after Netflix and the first book came out, do you think we have a complete puzzle there of everything we need? And don't say the stupid thing about the poem and that's all you need. He did that for legal reasons so people didn't have to pay in, but he wants us to buy everything he's putting out, just like Forrest. He had 3 different books. He put out different versions of books.
You think Justin wants you to buy the ebook? Does he want you to buy the audiobook? No. He said, I put it out there for people.
Are you nuts? Are you insane?
No, I'm not.
So you think he took all the time and all the pain of putting an audiobook together and he doesn't want you to buy it? Is that?
It's for those who I will never buy an audiobook because I don't listen to audiobooks. It's not like he's saying to solve this, you got to get the audiobook. He never said that. What he said was for people with visual disabilities and for people that don't read, basically, here's an audiobook. If you don't like carrying this around, here's an ebook. I mean, it's just more it's more versions of the same thing. Are there slight differences? Sure. Do you need those differences to solve the poem? I don't know because it's not solved yet.
Well, I'm going to go with what he's saying. He said, I put a book out and then I put an ebook and I put subtle differences that are hints. And the keen treasure hunter will pick up on those subtle differences and have more
intentional differences. Right.
Right.
So do you think
he doesn't want us to buy the book? Like he doesn't want us to buy that. That blows my mind. You just said that.
Oh, okay.
No, but why did he put if he doesn't want us to buy something, why does he just not put it out there? I don't understand.
For those who want to buy it. He doesn't want you to buy it. He wants it there for the people that want to buy it. He's not saying you have to buy all three of these in order to solve my treasure hunt. You buy the audiobook, you also get the audiobook. What do you mean there, John? With the $1.99. You buy the audiobook, you also get the audiobook. Do you mean if you buy the audiobook, you also get the other book? No, it doesn't work that way. They're all separate, right? Chad Bird, I don't think it's a clue. It's just an extra thing. I do think he wants to have as much exposure to him as possible. It's more of just promoting himself. What I think Justin should do, because I know he wants to address K-Pro's issues tonight, I think Justin should open up his YouTube channel and actually make a video, because we can see some people have to go to Twitter and some people have to go to X and some people or Facebook. Make a video, Justin, where you're tell people whatever you want to tell them. Explain why there's three versions.
And to be fair,
watching you talk is a lot better than reading it. We can understand what you're saying a little bit more. Just make a video addressing whatever.
I disagree completely. I just want Justin to do what Justin said he was going to do. We don't have to go to Insta. He said that he really was frustrated by having to scour the internet for all of Forrest's interviews, words, private emails, etc. And then Justin is doing it, I think, significantly at a larger pace. I don't think with malintent, but there's so many private messages and then responses to people and private groups that have the messages. He's in our Discord. He is typing stuff up. He's updating his website. He's changing the updates to the website. I think he's learning maybe the hard way. We went through this on a very small basis with our tiny little hunt. Treasure hunt management is really hard. I would love it. I mean, I think if you put up a hint or put up a poll that said, do you enjoy that Justin is talking to many, many different people about the hunt? I don't care if he puts it in a video. I don't care what he puts it in. It would be more ideal. I open my inbox every day to messages that Justin has privately given either to a private group or a private, and we're benefiting from it. He's coming in our Discord and he's posting now. So we're benefiting from it. But then we spent so much time in that. That's kind of why I walked away from the social media stuff. I think the only one that really benefited, was Jack Stoof. Maybe this is going to be deja vu of, it sounds like Justin and John in different ways are doing exactly deja vu of Forrest.
John with the $1.99 says you get the ebook and the audio for $25. I don't see that on the website, John. I see that they're separate.
Maybe Justin sent him a link privately.
Yeah, maybe it says that on Twitter. That's right.
Or Threads. Do you know what Threads is?
Yeah, I know what Threads is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So Duff says, here's a good point. If all of this would have been, of all versions would have been available from the very beginning, would that be better, K-Pro? Because then there's three versions. It would have been
better if the versions were. Yeah, and that's probably that would be the cleanest way. Hey guys, you're gonna have. You only need the poem. There is a book. Because do you think it'll be a big issue if he puts out another book and says something?
Right. I think K-Pro's just salty that she moved to Dillon and realized the treasure's in Washington. Too funny. All right. I understand your point, K-Pro. I get it. I understand more of your point where it's Twitter and it's Facebook responses. It's all these other things. So again, at least he's not making coins and there's clues on the coins and you have to buy one. It's a little inside joke for some of you. All right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I really don't care if there's these 3 versions. And it does. Now, if the solution comes out and the difference between the ebook and the hardback book is what you had to realize to really understand that clue, then that's probably going to be an issue. But
Mr. Dallas, I'm holding out as long as I can. I did make the X account, but I have people that are telling me which private groups he's getting into, and I'm kind of following those now, which I didn't want to have to. But my social media is about 10 times more than it used to be. So it's just, again, not ideal, but it's now here's the thing. If he wants to converse with people about things other than the treasure hunt, right. I think that's fabulous. He can't like not have relationships and conversations. I just think the treasure hunt conversations are challenging because he might not see it as a hint. Well, okay, let me ask you this, Mike. You're gonna have to open your mind. Open your mind. You ready?
Oh, you're angry. Yeah. What?
So, and if you don't want to discuss this is fine. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 people.
Oh, we can discuss it. Yeah, go ahead. Give your opinion.
I'm
That's
not
why we're
angry.
here.
I'm having a discussion. You didn't care that Bart put secret hints for different people in different books.
Right, because it's his treasure hunt. He can do that.
Right.
He's the creator, right?
Right, but I'm saying that it's less than ideal. Like in Bart's situation, Bart just flat out has said. So there's $1 million treasure hunt out there, guys, that one person gets a set of clues, another person gets a set of clues, another person gets a set of clues.
Right.
He will converse with people, give certain people hints and not other people hints. Mike thinks that's okay. I'm not saying it's not okay. It's not it's not, I mean, like Forrest, hey, if you did certain things with them, you got certain hints. I don't think that's ideal.
That's what I meant to hit. Yeah, I hear you. Did you know this was on the announcement? Second printing of the hardcover released. Second printing is now available. Look for a round sticker on the front cover or check the copyright page to identify it. This printing only corrects unintentional errors listed. Okay. So in other words, all these first printing errors are supposedly corrected on the second printing. So K-Pro, do you think you have to buy the second printing now? I mean, we did when JCB came out with the second printing. We were like, we got to get it. You're right. So now you have to buy another version.
I don't care. Why? He can do anything he wants. I don't care, Mike.
Oh, he can. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, asking your opinion, honey.
Will I continue to buy? I mean, I'm already buying 3 more books for the. So here's a question. When we have the bookstore event coming, the bookstore signing, right? Is that version 1, version 2, version 6, or version 17?
Which one you're going to get? And he's got that on here too, just so you know. He put the bookstore's phone number, so you guys should all call. Book signing event in Dillon, Montana. Join me for a book signing at the bookstore on June 21st. Event is planned for the afternoon with details still being finalized. Please contact Debbie with the phone number. Oh, and you got to go to Facebook. Well, no, that's just the bookstore's Facebook page. That's all.
Yeah, she does have a website, but the website does not mention the bookstore signing event. So
that place looks haunted right there. All right. So
no, bring that back up. That's not it.
That's not the store. What do you mean? The bookstore.
I was in it yesterday.
The bookstore. Oh, updated event list. Maybe she means something else. Well, no, this seems like this is it. No? DillonBookstore.com. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Maybe you went in a different entrance.
I don't know. Okay.
Maybe you were in the wrong bookstore. That's why they didn't have it.
No, I talked with her for quite some time. So let me give you the update about what I know at this point. So I don't know if it's going to be in the afternoon. It is changing. There's a lot more interest than she originally had thought. She's a very sweet woman. A very sweet woman. And they are looking at shutting down the block with cones so people can walk around and things. It looks like it's going to be quite great. They're going to set up tables and all of that for kind of like all the rest of the time. And Justin, it seems like they're trying to coordinate getting a Q&A with Justin where people could hear it, maybe live stream it, that sort of things. Technology is an issue there, et cetera. She's working on that. But one of the things that I think may not have been recognized, one thing that I think is important is if you are planning to go, you should let her know because they're trying to gauge the number of people. Mm-hmm. There has been a couple hundred people that have bought books. There's a lot of people bringing their own book or haven't contacted period yet because they're either in town or whatever, whether they have a book or not. They need to gauge how many people they have. If they've had a couple hundred people buy books, I believe there's going to be significantly more people than that. And I think some people haven't even contacted them yet. Knowing that this town is as small as it is, if you were in Vegas and the difference between 200 and 400 is nothing. The difference between 200 and 400 and 600 is significant in that town. And especially since if there's 100 people, Justin could just stand up and yell out. The sound systems and those sorts of things are not there. They have to figure out how large of a system. Both Emma and I have reached out because Debbie did ask for some help. I don't feel appropriate to help until Justin gives me kind of the okay. Justin's been busy or whatever. I haven't gotten a response. Here's what we've decided. There's going to be, and this is all subject to, we will cancel any of the stuff we're doing if Justin begins to communicate anything. But at this point, Friday night, we're going to be at Cranny's. And Saturday night after this event, we're going to be at Cranny's. Emma is such a sleuther, awesome person. She talked to the owner of Gracie's. And she is going to make sure that we have searchers available to get in there. We've all been wanting to get in there. She's a rock star. She's a rock star. So we don't know exactly what it'll look like yet, but because I just asked the question, what's happening Friday, Saturday? I don't know if they've even gotten that far. I think they're still trying to get their arms around the event. I'm willing to help for the event. I've been asked to help, but I need to hear from Justin. And so I'm going to give him, I made the analogy. If you don't get invited to the prom, you don't go to the prom. I am fine going as just a person. I happen to have all the microphone speakers, mics, etc. I happen to have interest in making it sure it goes smoothly. But again, I'm not inviting myself to the prom. I'm going to go and just be an observer. But if help is needed, I'm there for it. The one person that we're going double date to the prom is Emma. Because Emma is like, let's make sure that we have these other events that really, most people are not coming in. They are flying in, and they're not just coming in for, from what I understand, the times have expanded. It's not just the afternoon of Saturday. They're going to probably be there Friday, and they're going to probably spill over. So there'll be Crannies is where we're going to be. I've already talked to them. They are super awesome to us. I don't know who and other things that are happening, and we will make sure that we're going to communicate to everybody where we are. We don't want anybody left out. So Emma's going to kind of head up one night. I'm going to kind of head up another. We're going to go live. They let us use their Wi-Fi, go around, talk with everybody. We are going to turn the music down so we can actually talk. We want to meet everybody. We want everybody to, I have a cute dress from prom. I bet you still fit in it too, don't you, Emma?
Well, to be fair, it is a month away. I mean, there is still time, but he should email you back. At least he should at least email you back. Hey, I got it under control, or it's too early to figure out yet, because it's still a month away.
Yeah, like WSOF, it only takes about a month to plan, sure.
But is that different? I don't know. Well, here's the question, and this is a question that should be answered. Is all it is a book signing? Is he going to do a Q&A? Is he going to give a speech? Is he showing up at the after party if you guys set a thing up at Cranny's? Those questions should be answered.
So Mr. AK asked that the day after it was announced, and Justin's response was, because he shared it, this was a private communication, I'm looking at or more information soon. I talked to Debbie, and that's what they're trying to do, but they're having some issues. So and it's mostly technology issues. And I just said, I could solve those like that. And she was so appreciative. She wants me to help, etc. But I said, wait. I want to make sure Justin's okay, because Justin's a tech guy. Maybe he would want to do it. I want to be incredibly respectful to that. And it's been more than a week. Emma's tried. I know Justin's busy, but we're not going to impose ourselves on the bookstore stuff. But if there's other events, I'm going to Cranny's. There you go. But yes, I am in. That's the thing. I was like, I'm in Dillon for the next over a month until the signing. I'm here in Dillon. I'm more than happy to help. She loved it. Justin's been busy privately communicating with searchers.
So Benny Baum, watching on delay songs. Yeah, I played the Chase Opley song in the beginning of the show. It's a Chase Opley, the Thrill the Chase board game. We have them if you want them. Chad Bird, what's the actual reach at this moment, hunter-wise? How many do we really believe are actually doing boots on the ground? He has about 1,000 books sold. Where are we getting that number from? How many of those actually do boots on the ground? 10 to 20%. I thought it was more than 1,000, but I don't know.
I think that was from Justin that said like 600 or 700, or was that JCB? Oh,
was
I think maybe
that
he's
was a while ago.
I don't know. I don't know where he got that.
Right. No, with that donation to the Bitcoin wallet of 10 grand, I mean, do the math. That's got to be a lot more than 1,000, right? I guess. But we do have some breaking news. It's breaking news for those of you that don't have Twitter. Thank you, Tristina, for sending this to me. And this is the screenshot. Justin Posey says it should be available. Yes. And John says, I'm starting to feel like a hook trout and captive consumer. And Justin replies, I get it. Seriously, no obligation to purchase this. I released the audiobook for those that prefer listening than reading, especially people with visual disabilities. There are a lot of questions about Lukeville on the map. So yes, now that I read it in context, I do believe this means no hints, extra hints or clues. But also he says no new clue information in the second printing of the hardcover. No new clue information in the second printing of the hardcover. I don't think anybody thought there was, but he did clarify.
I was going to say, so the book, yes, there's new hints and clues in the ebook. The audiobook, I think the jury's still out. The second printing of the first book, no clues. Got it.
I don't think there's any clues in the audio book either, but yeah, thanks Tristina for sending that. But I would say this, Justin, if you're watching, make a video on YouTube. You know, I'll bring up the Beacon Star, Randy Pischel. He put out his book and he makes YouTube videos, and that's it. He doesn't post anywhere else. He doesn't, and sometimes he gives a little clue, a little tidbit in his YouTube videos. But I think YouTube is a much wider audience than Twitter or Facebook or whatever. So I think you could give us an update. I think you should do a monthly update on YouTube. Just make a video. How many books have been sold? What's going on in the book signing? You know, things like that. How many emails have you got?
Would you say that same thing to Bart?
To make a video on YouTube? Yeah.
No, like to not privately communicate, et cetera.
Oh, no. To be clear, I did not tell him not to privately communicate. He should, in addition to whatever he wants to do, make a video on YouTube for all of us who aren't on anything else.
Okay, wait. So now I understand what you're saying. Because Threads, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, Discord is not enough. You want him to add another channel that we have to follow.
Right. But that channel, his video, he can link it on the homepage, just like he did the interviews he's done. And it's a monthly update from Justin Posey that says, hey, there's so many books. I've gotten 50,000 emails. It's crazy. Just an update. And to clarify, whatever he's putting on Twitter, responding to people, clarify that in the video. Tell us there's no hints, or there's no new hints or clues in the audiobook. Everything he said there, which is new information, just put it. I think a video is the easiest way to communicate it.
There's so many private emails that I've received that have so much more, but people don't want to share them. They think it's in. I don't think it might or might not be a hint. It's just,
and that's just it.
Yeah, it's not as clean when he's talking treasure hunt. His treasure hunt as the originator with various people. So yeah.
That's true. Pop Copy. He says, I don't think he needs to cater to us. It's his hunt. That's true. Right. He's going to do what he wants to do. It's like he used the SHA 512 for verification. And it's like, well, how exactly does that work? Well, he did it his way. So,
well, you have to us. Well, see, now I see cater to us a little different. Pop Copy is saying he doesn't need to cater to us. Absolutely. But when he says he's going to do something, is it okay to say, Justin, you said you're going to do this and now you're not? Or should we not even bring it up? Should we just like hail to the God of Forrest Vet? I mean, Justin, like to me, it's okay to bring it up that it's not as ideal because he has stated how frustrated he was when Forrest did it. Now, I think like Forrest, when he talked with people, like there was I met this collector that collected all these books. He had lots of book discussions and all that. Not treasure hunt related, I think's cool. Because that's what he said. He doesn't have to agree with me. No one has to agree with me. I'm good. Mike doesn't even agree with me, but I'm allowed to say it. I'm allowed to say my opinion and not believe that I have to be silenced because I might not get a treasure that I'm probably not going to find anyway. I'm allowed to weigh in on what's most ideal and least ideal. Bart's allowed to give every private hint to any person he wants at any time. But is that an ideal treasure hunt? I don't know.
You choose to work on it or not. Yeah, I get it. Benny Baum with the $4.99. K-Pro mentioned new songs in Justin's audiobook. What are the old songs, K-Pro? There's no songs in this book right here. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? You're talking about Netflix, right?
So there's
the old songs.
Arcade. Yeah. So no, not only that there is several versions of the song on YouTube. So there's the YouTube that you were asking for, Mike.
Well, the original song was in the Netflix doc from Arcade, correct?
I don't know original. There was a song in Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. And now there's a different song in the audiobook. Is that what you're saying?
There's different links and different lyrics to that song. Sam did a whole analysis on this. Sam did a whole analysis on this.
All right. Okay.
And Stone saying he's doing his best. I agree. Hindsight's 2020. I agree. Put the knives away. I disagree. These aren't knives. This is stating facts. I mean,
it's her opinion. She has her opinion. That's fine. Emma says, but if Bart gives out clues, he should have disclosed he was going to do that before people bought his book. That's not how Bart does things. Yeah, Bart's treasure hunt is more of a experience than a treasure hunt. It's different, totally different. What's up, Mr. Joel Lewicki? How are you? K-Pro's pissed that he puts on Twitter. All right.
No,
if you guys,
that's the thing that people don't get. I'm really passionate. I'm not pissed. I'm joking. Actually, okay, Emma, I'm dying over the Softbound book. Hey, Emma, why don't you put a black light to it? You might get, and be careful, depending on which version you have, you might get some interesting messages.
Say that again.
Pissed. I'm getting pissed that you're saying I'm pissed.
Okay, everybody. And if you're a little bit need to take a little break from treasure hunts like I did, right there in the chat, I'm making a 30-day slot machine challenge. There it is. I'm going to do 30 casinos, try and win $100 each for $3,000, and then take that money to the World Series of Poker. So go subscribe and go check those out. There's 2 videos up so far. You can see if I go broke or not. All right, K-Pro. That was my little.
Okay. So if you want to meet up with me this weekend, you can see me at Cranny's at 7 p.m. Will I meet with some other people if and when I can? So don't encourage him on the slot play, guys. It's just not going to go well. He is not disciplined. He breaks his rules every time. He's like Justin. He breaks his own rules. He breaks his own rules every time.
We'll see. Zars, are you going to be out here for WSOP? It starts in a week. Wow, it starts Tuesday of next week, okay, bro? That's crazy.
Hey, Mike, Mr. Dallas said awesome videos, but you said one every day. Where's the third one?
Yeah, it's not going to be every day. I had to change the rules. Yeah, Esty knows. I had to change the rules. I'm going to go tonight. Actually, I don't want to, but I will go and make a video explaining it.
Here's the other thing. If you want to send, so here's what happened. I had a huge thing at work, finished up some stuff. I had some huge other stuff happen personally. Then I traveled up here. I'm going to get D-Pro tomorrow. There was a whole nother situation. I'm going to get D-Pro tomorrow. And so I'm tied up tomorrow, but I'm basically here. I'm not going to meet up privately with anyone. Doug, no, there is a sleeping bag, but it's not for you. But I will meet people in town from time to time, and I'm planning to do some sort of a meetup every single week.
That's why she's got Lucky the attack dog, so don't show up where she's at.
Yeah. Don't show. Why would you even say that, Mike? Don't show up where I'm at. So in general, though, I am balancing. This is a enjoyable summer, which is just kind of funny that D-Pro is going to learn to fish. We're doing some ATV and stuff. We're doing hiking. We are going to go into Yellowstone. We're going to do Yellowstone, that sort of stuff. I am going to be treasure hunting every single week, but not every single day. So I will try to manage and put as many things into that as possible. Okay. And
if you want K-Pro to go boots on the ground for you, you should probably email her. Oh, no, you're not doing that? Okay. Don't email her to go boots on the ground. All right. Well, I think the Justin Posey's Beyond the Map's Edge has got a ton of interest, as we knew it would, because of Netflix, because of the prize. K-Pro doesn't like, she's not pissed, but she doesn't like that he's, posting answers to people on Twitter and different.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Well, then how would you say it? You're just pointing it out.
I'm fine with someone like Bart that says this is how I'm doing it. It's not as ideal that Justin is going against his own rules and guidelines of his hunt.
So, okay. Somebody posted earlier that he said he wouldn't privately communicate with anybody. And you're saying he is, But is it related to the treasure hunt? I guess it is. If he's answering questions, I guess
if it's
it is.
in a national park, are there
Yeah.
clues in the third book? Those are treasure hunt. What?
Right. That's why I said make a video, Justin, once a month, the first of every month. Just give us an update. Give us an update on book sales. Give us an update on a book signing. Maybe there's more than one book signing. Give us an update on whatever you got going on. We want information, so just give us an update. That's all I'm saying.
No, and
that's
I
all
don't care. I personally like it. I don't want you to do videos. So I personally don't want another place to subscribe. I personally would like to.
Ooh, Sarah, now you're
I
on the list.
personally
You
would
got
like
an
it
email.
on the website. Okay.
Yeah, she got an email from Justin. I'm assuming.
Okay.
All right. He never cleared out national parks because it's very possibly it's in a national park.
Well,
Maybe.
Chad, but he's clarifying privately with certain searchers. So I think, especially for Chad, if you guys want to send Chad or me, I already have a few of them. And if you guys will allow me to send on the private clarifications Justin has made on this, I think Chad deserves it, not just because he super chats us. He's been out there, etc. It might help him in some way. I do find them interesting and intriguing and helpful, so I'm not sure what to do with them. But I know I have probably more than some, because some of you send it to me and say, what do you think about this? I think this means this and this means that, which exactly is what happened in the Forest Fen days.
And did you say Justin's posting on our Discord now?
Yes. And here's what he said. Some people, so he was in the chat room. Oh, let's talk about that one.
Oh, sorry, Justin. I shouldn't have brought it up.
So he wasn't in under his name, but so he was in under a pseudonym, and they were talking about.
Sure, it was him because it's a different name. It's a consideration. Are you sure it was him?
Let me finish the sentence. So okay, he wasn't in under his name, but when he posted it under Real Life Justin, and what he said was, gosh, I hope people screen captured it. The entire treasure is in the wilderness.
Well, duh. Yeah,
which
okay.
is wrong, which is factually incorrect.
Oh, you mean because of the steward? Yeah, you talked about this, true. We asked Justin in our interview, do you get something from the steward other than the Bitcoin wallet? And he said yes. And I actually use the term treasures. Do you get treasures other than the Bitcoin wallet? He said he wouldn't talk about it, but he said, yes, you do. So K-Pro's saying it's not all in the wilderness, right?
Well, the full treasure. So because nobody has the context, because this was a private conversation that people didn't capture, some people were like, what is the context to it? We don't know if you weren't there. The people that were there, I've heard a different story from many different people, probably why private communication isn't best. But I think, so there's two ways to look at this. Is the full treasure in the wilderness? Yes, there is a full treasure out there. Right. There's not a complete treasure out there, though. The rest of it is with the steward. So, and you do have to go to our Discord, guys, to see that, because he did not put it anywhere except our private Discord. Woo, secret hints.
Ooh, the book also says that in the legal lowdown, there are extra treasures with the steward. And that's the point. I think he considers it extra. He considers the treasure in the wild. Extra stuff is with steward. Because you could take his treasure and never contact steward, right?
Sure. So during that time when he posted that, Real Life Justin was not in the voice channel room. So some people were like, oh, he must be under a pseudonym, which is probably right. Now, he was asked, why didn't he voice say it? We know now who's doing it, and if it gets into legal issues, it gets into legal issues. There is, I'm going to call it a super turd. We have turd, who will always be turd to me. And then we have a super turd that is recording people. And Justin responded to somebody, I think it was either on Facebook or I don't remember where, but because they're like, why didn't you just clarify? Why can't you speak? And he said, because people are recording those channels without people's permission. You guys, this is why we can't have nice things. So super turd, we know your channel is so great because of, and now they're trying to make money by putting it under a Patreon wall so you can hear all the secret recordings. It's a violation. There is legal steps. If it gets to that point, enough people have complained. We have identified the person. They changed their name. We found the changed name. Now, we're kind of watching, but that you just secretly record. You mute turds, but if we call them out, they just change their name and they come right back. There might be some legal action some are looking into. I'm not going to spend the time because right after we delete that, then they come up again. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's his treasure hunt. He's going to do the way he wants to do. But I understand the criticism. I understand. I get it. Some people are going to be like, well, if he's in your Discord, that's not fair. I'm not in your Discord. So I get it.
And that is where I hope, Mike, you can at least appreciate me a tiny bit. We're benefiting from it. He's in our Discord and he's commenting in our Discord and he's listening in our voice chats. And again, I'm not saying terrible. I'm just saying less than ideal. I'm not angry. I'm in freaking Dillon. I'm living.
You. That's all you care about.
I'm living 20 feet from freaking horses right now with new experiences. There's a lot of positive. It's less than ideal. And if you want to know the rationale why, go listen to Justin's interview when he talks about this.
And now, if you guys don't know, it's $1.99 to get into our Discord. No, just kidding. The Discord will always be free, everybody. Benny Baum. I believe Justin never said you could figure it out without with the poem alone. You're right. I might be conflating that with Forrest Fenn. He said you'd be guessing if you did and may have mentioned a clue. No, yeah, I don't know if Justin ever said all you need is the poem. I don't know if he
did say it all, because that's a legal thing, and he's using the same attorney as Forrest did. You have to say all you need is the poem. But then he says there's a whole bunch of other stuff in these others. He did exactly what Forrest did, and it's for legal reasons.
And there it is. That's all the updates, everybody. And that's what's bothering K-Pro today. But I get it. You made some valid points because other people might be like, well, I'm not on Twitter. I didn't even know he posted the clarifications on Twitter. So, Justin, make a video on YouTube of you where we can see you. Give us updates on all these different things. I think people would like it. And then you post a link because you're not posting a link. Well, wait a minute. He is posting a link to his social medias on the website, isn't he?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, actually, I was about to say, because what if they don't know? But right there, yeah, I hate to say it, but now you have to read through all his social medias because he does have them linked here. So technically,
but not all of them. Not all of them.
Which one is not on here? Well, just if he's in Discord, that's obviously one.
So Facebook, and he's a part of certain Facebook groups. He's friending. He friended someone I knew, and he didn't respond to a friend. He friend requested someone I knew, and they're like, he's friend requesting me. Why would that happen? I'm like,
because he's going to give you a hint. Chad Bird with the $20 super chat says, FYI, he is using an AI to pre-write the emails. He probably quickly adjusts as desired. I ran his reply email to me against his speech pattern through multiple LLAMAs, whatever that is, to confirm. So be careful thinking it's his exact words. I don't know about that, Chad. He was pretty adamant that he did not use AI to write his book. I don't think Justin's going to use AI for emails, but there it is. You're letting everybody know just in case. Thank you for the super chat. Okay.
So Doug Heidick, wearing cowboy boots and a hat yet? Hey, I owned a Kansas farm and a vineyard, Kansas and California. I actually got rid of I'm waiting for Depro to get here because I already went to the tackle and feed shop, and we are going to be I'm definitely getting the cowboy hat. I don't know what he's going to get. Yeah. He's welcome to add me, Emma. Yeah. Again, just not ideal. It's okay. Okay. Now for the bookstore event, it sounds like Justin may be in the future announcing the times, whatever time that is that ends. I think they're going to end it around 7 or 8. I will be spilling. If Justin doesn't have anything else planned, I don't think he does. We can't confirm that yet. We're going to spill over to Crannies, and Emma and I and lots of other people will be there Friday night. If Justin announces something else that is planned, of course we will go to that. But right now, some people are like, I have to make tickets. Why aren't these things being announced? Because we're not in charge of it. It goes very smoothly when we're in charge of it. And we communicate 6 months in advance for WSOF. So at this point, make sure you know that there's going to be at least an informal meetup of searchers on Friday night at Crannies, and then at Saturday night at Crannies.
What date, April? Because some people might not
June 20th, June 21st.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Emma is working with the owner of Gracie's, and we don't know when that will be, but because we can't really plan something Saturday day, because it was going to be in the evening from 5 to 7 when I originally asked Debbie about it. But when I saw her yesterday, she's thinking of pulling it to noon because she thinks there's going to be at least 4 hours of signing for Justin.
4 hours? Holy cow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And is he going to do a doodle? Is he going to do a doodle like Forrest Fenn? Somebody asked that earlier. Hooli, maybe somebody asked.
I think he's going to do that.
Wait, maybe it's only me. Did K-Pro freeze up for you guys? She is on a Wi-Fi in the middle of the wilderness. So Chad Bird says Loma, large language model meta AI. Thank you very much. Okay, you're back. It froze up for a minute, K-Pro. Did it freeze for you? Or no?
Is it me? Oh, the whole thing went black.
Yeah, that I think is your Wi-Fi.
I froze.
Be careful and have fun out there, K-Pro. Meeps says.
I'm not going to go out until D-Pro's here. And you know what? We may be on ATV, so it won't matter.
100,000 searchers. You guys are going to take over that town. I don't know if I'm going to be there or not. Not that anybody asked, but I may come out for the book signing. I may not. It depends if things are planned. Like if it's just it's crazy, we don't know what's going on, I'm probably not going to go.
And okay, can I make a point? I know you didn't mean this, but I'm going to use you as an example.
Right.
The lack of information and the lack of, I feel like WSOF, we make, all these things are going to happen and exciting. Everybody wants to come. You have already said, like, I don't think I'm going to go if it's just stand in line for a couple hours to have us.
Right. I mean, the searcher meetup would be cool, which you're going to do anyway, right? Regardless of what.
My point is, I think there's so many cute things that are eventually going to be communicated, maybe in the future, that I wish I was picked for the prom. That's all. I wish Emma and I were picked for the prom. That's all.
K-Pro's there in the city or nearby, whatever. K-Pro's there. She's happy to help, Justin, if you need something planned or just to help the bookstore owner. But she kind of wants your blessing. She doesn't want to interfere, right? You don't want to like say, hey, I'm going to set all this up. And then Justin's like, well, wait, I was going to set it up. So I get it.
So about a week, the day after it was announced, I just said, do you want me to help? I'm going to be up there soon. And then when I saw Debbie, she asked me. So I hit Justin with the second. But it's kind of like after you go on a first date and then you text the guy, hey, do you want to go on a second date? And the guy never texts you back. You don't continue to text. The lack of message is a message.
Jeez, get a room with him, K-Pro. Jeez. All right.
Oh, Michael, shame on you.
Right, here it is.
Really? Well, if you think he's so handsome, then why don't you marry him?
All right, wait, we got another one.
Wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about?
If you think he's so handsome, go marry him.
All right, we got one more. Hang on. Oh, wait, I thought I had one more. Oh, it's gone. Whatever. All right. But we know that
Goonies never say die.
All right. I'm just kidding there, K-Pro. Hang on. We got one more to play. This one's important. I got to rename these.
Okay. You ready, Mike?
Yeah, what?
I'm getting away from the dating analogies. So, on draft day, I watched this Aaron Rodgers thing and all this Detroit stuff.
You watch the football draft, really?
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So you're on draft day and they tell you, hey, I'll call you back if we're interested in you. And you stare at your damn phone and you call them and they send you to voicemail or they don't respond at all. You eventually just go, okay, I'll watch it with everyone else. I'm okay with that. That's all I'm saying. So no more dating analogies. I know I should have been perked earlier in the draft, and I want to be helping my team along, this community along, but I'm okay that they got it. This is okay. This isn't my event. I happen to be a searcher on there. But if nothing's happening on Friday, you sure as heck know Emma and I and Jam and Mike, you better come just because Justin's not doing this well.
You got to make some contests for the bar. For the
I know, and we're going to. We will only wait for Justin so long, and then you can party with me and Dylan.
Is there a posy punch? Is that the drink, or you still need to make posy punch? All right.
And Mike, you know what it is?
What is it?
It's basically a sidecar with an orange liqueur.
And I've had those in the steakhouse a couple times. All right, here's one more.
Wait! I have breaking news. Mm-hmm. Look at Treasure Hunt with Us's message.
Yeah, I see it. I would fly out there. There's no way I'm driving 11 hours, but maybe I'll see. The thing is, that Tuesday I get back from Michigan, so I've already been on a trip, but maybe I did take that week off from work already, so maybe.
Honey, your wife wants to see you in Dillon, Montana, and I'll buy you a cowboy hat.
Oh, great! All right, one last word from Justin.
Treasure hunt was like someone offering you a ticket and saying, you want to take the ride. I took the ticket. My advice is if someone gives you a ticket to ride, you take the ride.
All right. There's a ticket. You take the ride. I guess I should take the ticket to Dillon and go to this book signing. So it would be kind of cool to have a personalized book from Justin. for sure. So, yeah, I know. I'll probably be there. I might not plan it
Well,
till
you
last.
sound so excited. Justin's done such a good job in marketing. You sound really excited.
The ticket is the book and the ebook and the audiobook. There's 3 tickets to ride, everybody. And Justin has a fast pass, so you can ride all 3. All right. Another
No,
insight.
but only certain people, if you get the private secret email, get to do the fast pass. The other ones stand in line.
Okay. All right, everybody. Justin, make a video update. That's my opinion.
No, don't. Oh, let's see who does.
K-Pro's opinion.
Mike says, make a video. I say, just put it on your website. I like to go to your website. So let's see who you like more, Justin.
All right. Yeah, K-Pro, she gave her opinion. Wanted to let you all know what's going on. Emma says, Justin, do another interview. You got JCB for the second time. Maybe you can get Justin for the second time, Emma. Everybody should go.
Let's get Justin too. Oh, you know what? This is okay. How about this? Justin, do an interview just with Mike.
Hey, there you go.
Like,
You hear that, Justin? Just me and you. Give me 20 minutes. Just me and you.
Let's do the bros.
And K-Pro won't be in the chat either. What?
Oh, write me. Yes, I will.
Okay. All right. Because we're all trying to find
$1 million.
All right. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Well, I will put it out there to have JCB and Justin on my show at the same time. Just me. I'll be the mediator between you two. All right. It has been a while. Well, he just did yours though, so I don't know if we would nail him on that national forest question. So
he's back. He's back in black.
Okay, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. That's Thursday. I got some slot machines to go play for the 30-day challenge. I've already skipped a day, but 30 days, 30 casinos, $3,000. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll go broke. Maybe. And K-Pro is there in the Dillon area. Anybody talk to her about all that? She's there for the next month or so.
You know what? I've gone into town both days I've been here. You cannot go into town without seeing a searcher.
And you can't go
into town without seeing a searcher.
Oh, do they come up to you? Do they recognize you? Oh, cool. That's good.
People there's enough here. Like a few people I actually knew, like from previous events and things, and they're like, hey, and I'm like, hey. And then we say hi and we catch up. But there was somebody who's like, hey, Pro, I know you. I was like, I don't know you. Who are you? And they told me their name and stuff. So people are here and around. I don't know if they're locals or not, but people are around. I think it's cool.
No poker up there? We can't do a poker tournament?
There's casinos, but I'm not here for that. And you're doing so many videos on it, I'll hold off.
Oh, okay. All right, everybody. We will thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. And to the person who said, what's a super chat? I don't know if you were being facetious or not, but super chat is the way you can show support and say thanks. So thank you for those that did that. And we will see you next time. I guess Monday we'll have some more updates. Let's see if Justin addresses any of these allegations between now and then. They're not allegations. We all love
he doesn't even need to
we all
address
love
it.
what you did with this treasure hunt.
Okay, if I were to deal with a perfect situation, Justin shoots an email back to both Emma and I and say, of course, if I had extra help, this is awesome. And that's all we need. And then we go and help Debbie, who is really doing awesome things. Number 2, he just starts using his website. The end.
So, but to play devil's advocate, do you think Justin is like, well, the bookstore needs to set that up because I'm just showing up to do a book signing. But if they want to do
all he has to say to my email is if you want to work with Debbie or Debbie wants to work with you, go for it. That is all I need. Debbie has already asked me to the prom.
I get it.
Debbie has put a corsage and a bouquet and brought me a thing of flowers, and there's a photographer. Debbie and I were good. I have Debbie's info. She has my info. Debbie and I are, but
Mike, get a room.
Mike,
what?
When you asked whoever to the prom, did you ask their dad? It's kind of like Justin's the dad. I want to make sure it's okay with Justin. Debbie's already asked me. Debbie and I.
It was just video, baby.
So let them know, Justin, Emma, and K-Pro. Give them the okay if they can set up. But here's the thing.
I'm okay. He says no. I'm okay. He says no.
But here's the thing. Hopefully, Justin is going to do more than just a book signing. Book signing, Q&A, give a speech, show up at the bar. Maybe you can make it a whole, a night. So,
Doug, you're a bad person, Doug.
well, what are you saying?
And
Nice. That's good.
no,
Doug.
but here's the thing. That's actually, I think, the part that she is the most out of her element on. She's not, because I said to her, if there's 200 people and he's standing where he's standing, how is it going to project? And she's like, okay, she gave me a couple things and I'm like, look, we have speakers, we have this, we have that, we can help with that. But again, I don't want to do it if Justin's already doing it. So again, that's all. And I'm okay. I'm okay watching 16 candles from home, meaning I'll just attend the event and not being a part of prom. I'm fine with that.
All right, Justin, I'll give you a week before I shut it down. Okay.
Once Mike says no, we throw it out. It doesn't matter. Oh, you don't want me to go? Oh, if Justin doesn't respond, okay, then he might not respond.
No, I didn't say that. All right, everybody.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
Well, Justin could be doing something. Maybe he's in the hospital. Maybe something crazy's going on. You don't know, but hopefully he will email you eventually. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. Remember, Discord's free and will always be free for everyone. You can go see all the treasure hunts going on. Michael O'Connell still got a bunch out there. Bart K, none of them's been found.
Does he have a bunch? I thought he was down.
What?
You said he still has a bunch out there. Haven't 7 of the 9 been found? Is he down? Are we down to the final 2?
I don't know, but I know some are still out there. So a bunch is a loose term. A bunch is a loose term. And is there a grand prize, Mike? We want to know. Plus all the other little Denver, New York, all these little treasure hunts are still out there. Amnesia's coming out soon.
Oh, Tyler. Okay, so I need to apologize to Tyler. Tyler had sent me a message and said, hey, will you announce my treasure hunt? And this was I think it was just after our show Thursday. I said, yeah, I'll do it on Monday. Well, he launched it sometime in that time frame and it was found in 5 hours. I think he's realizing it's hard to put together a puzzle. He just messaged me today and he said, can you set up a sub channel? Because I'm doing another hunt. Sweet guy, because the first one is obviously real because there's something out there. So if you go to our Discord.
And I just put the link in the chat. So you don't even have to go to the description. Go ahead.
And if you go to, there's Coffee Talk, there's TTI, there's Maps Edge.
A lot of channels.
What the hell? Yeah, too many channels. Well, I won't even get into that. Find it Fort Wayne. Find it
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Cool. Would you hear about the San Francisco guys? These guys hid 10,000. Put out a poem. It was found 11 hours later. Nice. People don't understand how good searchers are. That's why it has to be so difficult, like Justin's and JCB's. Near impossible, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see.
Now, I did get the question, but I'm just going to say because it's so. Why does TTOKA get its own voice channel in a different area and the others don't because everything else is at the bottom? And I said, because Mike says so.
I thought that was private. Is that open? The TTOK voice channel?
Open. Or I can see it. Well, maybe
you can see it because you can see everything.
No, I thought everybody could see it. You blew that one up. You deleted the one that was private. I'm not talking about the coin.
I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's for the people because there's only a select number of people that know what TTOKA is. TTOKA.org if you're interested, guys. The book is on eBay. We need all the help we can get with that treasure hunt.
Yeah,
okay.
Because the devil sucks your soul out of your body when you find it after they kill you and your whole family and all your pets.
All right. On that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in. And I guess we'll see you next time. Justin, send an email to some of these girls, would you?
You don't know. But here's the thing. just send an email either way. I don't mind either way. But he's responding to so many people with so many hints. I just want to know, hey, do you want Emma and I to have an awesome little party? Okay.
An awesome little party. All right. I will say this. Last thought of the day. For Justin, this is for you.
These are ladies, and they shall be treated thusly with respect and dignity.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. I'm going to go play some slot machines. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, comment, and share the videos. We'll see you next time. Say bye.